I got both of my side pieces cut, and now I'm ready for the only rabbet of this entire project. And I need to make a 1/4 inch deep by 3/8 of an inch wide rabbet for the back panel. And I'm going to do that in the table saw, making 2 passes or possibly 3 with a regular table saw blade. With the back rabbet cut on both side pieces, I can take a measurement of my remaining material, in this case 8 7/8 of an inch. And that's the measurement of my top and bottom shelves. I need to rip these down on the table saw real quick. I'm just going to use a couple pocket hole screws to connect the top and bottom shelf to the sides. I bought this shelf pin indexing jig from Rockler, and I'm going to use this to make some perfectly spaced shelf pin holes. Now my next step is to work on the actual face frame itself. So for that I need to cut down some material on the miter saw, move it to the table saw and rip it to the final width, drill my pocket hole screws, assemble the frame, and then I'll be ready to attach it to the bookcase itself. I'm just going to use wood glue for the sides and of course pocket hole screws for the top and bottom. A couple of these shelf pins installed, I can take a measurement of about 21 7/8 of an inch for my shelves. I've taken all the shelves and on the bottom front drilled some of these pocket hole screws, and I'm just going to glue and screw this little bracing strip to the front of it. I'm going to secure the back with glue only in the middle section to allow it to expand and contract, and I'm going to tack the rest in place with some headless pins. I cut some small strips 3/4 of an inch by 5/8 of an inch wide and routed a small chamfer on one side. I'm going to use this to trim the top side of the bookcase itself. Using some glue and headless pins, I'm just going to align this with some reference marks that I have and tack it in place. I'm going to repeat the process for the bottom of the bookcase as well, but this time I'm going to use 1 1/4 inch brad nails from the inside to secure it. I'm going to reinforce this bottom molding from the bottom of the bookcase with some screws. To hide all this ugly, I've cut another piece of wood that is 1/4 inch bigger on all 3 of these sides here. And I'm going to use a chamfering bit to make a matching profile on both sides and the front. As you can see, the top piece, which is actually on the bottom in this picture, has a little bit of a bow to it. So to solve that, I have clamped another piece along the side. That way I have a nice clamping surface to compress the top down. And then I've just put a line of screws on the inside top. Alright, so that's it for the construction of this thing. Now comes the boring stuff. I'm going to take this outside and completely sand it all down. New camera, so I'm trying to keep the dust down here in the shop. And after that, I'm going to be ready for some early American Minwax stain. After a few coats of satin lacquer, I'm going to call this project done. It was a very inexpensive project. It was about $45 depending on materials, depending on where you get the materials, I should say. And it was another fun project. This was very easy to do. It's going to be a very functional project. It's not that big, which means it fits in most of our homes. Not that many people have that much space just, waiting to be filled up. So this one is going next to my bed. My wife is probably going to fill it up in about 20 minutes from now. So she's happy to see it, and I'm happy to call this one done. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.